Welcome everybody to another episode of the Boks Office. Jean de Villiers, Skalkberger join me here at Bishops, and our guest is 100 cap Springbok, Percy Montgomery.
Have you got the tequila here? But
I left it at home on purpose. If we open a bottle of tequila here, it's not going to get home.
yes, as you imagine, kom by die huis geslyp.
When we getting some bottles, Monty?
No, we'll sort it out. We're busy with little miniatures now as well. So
Yeah.
it's for the golf, especially for the golf.
Yeah, just for
Especially for Jean when he hits it into get those gorillas into the bush.
Die gramadulas.
Yeah, have a tequila. It'll help you swing. It'll give you extra 20 meters.
JB waiting for you.
this is one is sparkling. Springboks fret over Etzebeth Nigel ahead of All Black
Cheers,
Test.
Cheers.
Cheers, Monty.
Cheers, Monty.
Cheers.
Good to have you, boy.
Watch your buffalo.
Good to see you.
You're in water now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to drive home.
Cheers, boykies.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Cheers.
And we live.
Live.
Monty, welcome to the Boks Office. Jean de Villiers back, Skalkberger. Monty, out here at Bishops. When last were we here, actually?
The other day I was watching, I think it was the Sax versus Bishops, some of the Pickies.
Yeah.
They were playing here, so I'm always down watching the
involved in the
schoolboy.
brawl?
Was
I
that
normally
the same?
see,
Yeah.
I normally see you.
Was it you? Was it you?
Was it you stepping people?
I said nothing's changed. You guys are still talking, eh?
What happened in your matric year, Monty?
You're the last Sax team that probably won you.
Okay, one at a time, guys. Okay. We had Sax in academic school, put it that way, and water polo, is. Our guys
But you
weren't
didn't
too keen on
participate
rugby.
in either of those.
No, I got 2 penalties when we played Paul Gym. It was 46, and I used to get 2 penalties, so it was good.
But what happened in your matric year when you played Bishops?
She's Flecky. He would love the story. They actually pumped us, I think, 43-3.
Ways.
No
And
way.
so what we did is
But you scored the 3 points.
Yeah, we put a 0, 3, so it's 3-6-3 or something like that. Just one, but it was actually 43-3. Yeah.
Hey, now.
How do you go against? So you obviously got a hiding from Paul Gym then.
Yeah, we got big hidings, eh? Once, yeah.
Rondebosch
But
big hiding?
congratulations on your interschooler.
Oh, thank you, Monty.
And Rondebosch coming first in the southern suburbs. Congratulations, well done. Sax, we had a tough three.
So humble.
Oh, come on. Business as usual for Rondebosch.
But Shemi, you guys were all late, so and I keep the fines, and there's some outstanding fines still.
Oh,
So
really?
It could go into the Sax Percy Montgomery Foundation. Just
Well, I thought fines nowadays just mean we're drinking some of your tequila, Perky.
yeah, Scala, yes, you owed a lot back in the day when you were playing.
Yeah, I was good at accumulating
but
fines.
it was in the interest for the team, so we just flagged it.
I was happy to pay the fines as long as there was an end of the year piss up. So I know I can drink my money back. But
Do
if
you
there
still
was
have that
no
book?
end of year piss up, I was in trouble.
Oh, Monty,
You still
remember
have
you used
that
to write down all the fines.
No, so
Little black book.
yeah. No, it's I think I passed it on to Bismarck. I think he's got it, and
Probably lost it on
I wonder who's got it now.
I don't know. But remember, we used to donate it to the charity.
I also loved when there was quite a bit in the kitty, and then we all of a sudden said more of 8 guys constitutes a team party. You remember those ones?
Yeah, we started that.
Many a Sunday in a pub.
I think that whole kitty went when we were in Bariloche.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think that kitty went very quickly. I think that's where we started the rule.
I think we'll still owe that Irish pub money, the one in
It was
Bariloche.
tremendous.
The Kilkenny.
Greatest week in rugby.
What was it called?
Then we beat
remember?
Wales by 40 points the week
Bender.
after.
No, but wait, you remember, like it was day 2 or whatever in Bariloche. So maybe for the viewers and listeners, so we end of year tour, we play Argentina, and then we had a week off, and then only did we play Wales and then France.
Yeah, that's right. Was it the same year?
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah, it's France, yeah.
So we play Argentina in Buenos Aires. After that, we went to Bariloche, which is a resort.
Yeah.
For 3-4 days, didn't train at all. It was basically a team building.
Well said.
And
Is that what it was? Well, we got
but
given
remember,
options,
like
horse
on day,
riding, skiing.
golfing. But like day 2, you
All went to the Irish pub.
Remember that deck right at the top of the hotel, and we were having a couple of beers, drinking, listening to music, and then Monty got all upset because he thought he saw one of the reporters in one of the rooms. Remember that?
JJ Harrison.
But Monty, you
Started screaming at him.
I had a couple of us bought a few of those masks. It was quite funny at
And
the
you're
time.
scaring everybody.
But I was actually getting quite worried because we were playing actually Argentina in like a week's time, and Jake gave us 5 days to do what. I don't want to see you guys.
No, we played Argentina before that.
We beat Argentina.
Yeah, we
then
played
had a break
Wales
and
the
we-
next
Then we
weekend.
played Wales, I think.
But you missed the Argentina game.
No, I played. You saved someone's life. Do you remember?
Lucas Borges.
Yeah, well done. But I was actually concerned because Yerkes were going. Yerkes were going taking the piss out of the whole situation.
Yeah.
And I had to still go try and kick a few balls.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very responsible.
You rescued a dolphin the other day on the beach.
Yeah, they call me the dolphin
Whisperer.
now. Yeah. No, you would have done the same. It was quite a special moment. We were in Arniston actually, and we went up with the SC Legends and that, with Makio and Zels and Ron O'Connor, and there was coming back from the beach. We thought it was a shark, and there was a little dolphin, and
Like stuck. Or...
stuck. Came out the water. So obviously it was just sort of orientated. So we threw it back in the water.
No, you threw it back and I saw
Yeah,
it.
the thing was bloody heavy. It's like a tuna, man, but it's proper. And but the fourth time I had to just calm it down because it was disorientated. No, I promise you. Otherwise, it just kept coming out.
We're back to
so
the shore.
so eventually found its way out. So it was quite a surreal moment. It was lekker.
Monty, when you stopped playing, you were on the box setup coaching, right?
Yeah.
What was it like coaching these oaks?
It's hard, tough, but tough as a nightmare.
He's a kicking coach,
I mean-
and John couldn't kick, so
I mean,
it was impossible.
Because if John's there, where's Butchie here? Is he here somewhere? The two of them are always giving me a hard time, but do you
My
remember?
kicking's good now. You should check my kicking now.
But you can't kick. And you never had.
No, seriously.
Nah,
My kicking's really good now.
yeah, it's like your golf in Bariloche.
Golf, not good. Kicking,
What was the golf in Bariloche?
Yeah,
one
I still got the
played one
photos.
round.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, and
Jacques Ferry.
you guys lost your clothes.
I didn't.
Lost your clothes.
I played this game.
Jacques Ferry's rules.
Eventually, you have the oak putting for a bogey, but with his pants down, like no pants. I don't know how it worked.
Yeah. Anyway, you had to be
ridiculous.
there. You had to be there.
I only remember the pub. It's the only place I remember in Bariloche.
I remember Jay coming into the pub and saying, "Listen, what the hell are you guys doing?" And the guy started singing to him. And I think Jake just gave up.
We knew after, like, we got there. We
got
got there the Sunday, so we go to a ski. It's out of season for a ski resort, so it's like sleepy. We went through the town. Nothing was going.
We literally walked around the whole town.
Got back outside the hotel. There was that little pub, and walked in there, and I was like, "There was a band setting up." I'm like, "Boys, what time are you guys kicking off here? What's happening?" And they broken English, broken telephone goes 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I said, "Boys, band starting up in 1 hour. This is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the morning, Monday."
No.
That thing started up, and all of a sudden, that pub was filled with 1,000
So
people.
they started at not in 1 hour's time.
Those
only
started at 1 in the morning.
But just remember, everything starts 1, 2. You know, the nightclubs and everything.
Yeah.
Remember the next day, everyone would wake up tired. Guys, what you doing? No, let's go for a pub lunch. We're going to take rinse and repeat the same thing every morning for
I
4 or
remember,
5
like,
days.
I came back, there was nothing for my missus in that travel bag of mine. The only thing was I had that Kilkenny's hat. I had 3
white.
T-shirts, because obviously I just basically lived there for 3 days. Yeah.
Okay, those asterisks and obliques.
Yes.
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Guys,
That's it.
talking about coaching, big week. Sorry, we've got a Felix Jones
You
gone
don't have
with
to be
England.
sorry.
Okay, I won't be sorry.
Yeah.
Felix Jones gone.
Sure. Leon McDonald gone.
Leon McDonald gone.
Yeah.
Aled Walters gone a week ago.
Yeah.
What's your guys' take on it?
Yeah, I must say, obviously you're not.
We'll start with the Munster guy because it's all the Munster guys that have gone.
No, yeah.
Felix Jones.
And Alec.
We'll give Munster the first chat on this one.
No, it's like it's bizarre for me in a way, but also I don't understand. I don't know Steve Borthwick well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know him
Yeah.
at all. And there's talks of the environment not being conducive to
It's unstable. they say.
unstable, etc.
Whatever that
So,
means, yeah.
obviously they weren't happy, and then you move on. I think it's brave in a way that they did that to move on rather than staying in an environment that you're not happy in.
Not believing,
and then the whole team can they can be replaced and they can hopefully build that up again. But it's a big cause because it's not very long into the tenure of Felix. Well, Ali's been there a little bit longer, obviously. But for Felix not being a long time, and then Leon McDonald even shorter, five games into it.
Yeah, look, the difference for me with the New Zealand one is they were quite transparent about it.
Yeah.
Said, listen, a difference in philosophy,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
You know, in rugby, Scala, you might want to coach a certain way.
Yeah.
I want to coach a certain way, we get on, but we just can't get that happy medium. So that happens.
Whereas the other one is
the other
more
one
the-
is
the
quite weird.
environment.
Yeah, the environment is quite a strange one. And also with Eddie Jones's history of,
Yeah.
you know, the changes in assistant coaches.
I think each coach got his own his favourites, you know, and you got to give, like the Rays as well. You got to give him time to adapt. I mean, it is a tough one coming into the championship and to adapt straight away. But to lose guys like Leon McDonald, he's an experienced player.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
It'll be interesting to see where they go next.
Yeah, like especially on the England one, you know, like they're also trending in a nice direction. I feel there is marked improvement in the way they play. So like for me, maybe I thought like, you know, that's for me like where the danger team's coming from the north now is England's like the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
Got to a semi-final, you know, make a few nice, get Felix Jones in there. He gets head of defence, which is a big role for him, different role. But then they go across to New Zealand, to be honest, probably could have got a result in both those test matches. Especially the second one in Auckland, probably should have had a result. And then that it's unstable, as you know, like, you know, I know Borthwick reasonably well. He was like assistant coach in Japan, and you know, we had a lot of the base of the Japanese side, you know, was based with me at Suntory. So like, and he comes across super mellow, you know, very steady. You know, overthinks everything. I think, you know, he's one of those guys, before he says something, he's run it through in his head 25 times. So, you know, that's a big call. And then Leon McDonald, obviously Crusader man, like him and Razor played and coached together for a long time before he moved to the Blues. And like in the past, there was always a big North versus South thing, you know, same with us, you know, in South Africa. So, you know, maybe the fact that you like the Blues philosophy is a little bit different to what the Crusaders outfit can be. It can be one of those. And, you know, I think they were pretty open in saying, like, listen, okay, it just didn't click. And that the only thing that says to me is, like, there's different philosophies on attack and how they want to attack.
It's almost the difference in styles of play against Argentina. First game, lots of phases, throwing it around, lots of risk, playing in your own half, versus the second one, more direct, kicking early, etc., etc. And that's probably where the change came in. To come back to Felix, I wonder if it's not, you know, for him from a personal point of view and a growth point of view, having had such good success with the Boks as an attacking coach, now moving into a defensive role, you know, maybe he sees himself more as an attacking coach and wanting to find something there. But certainly the thing that stands out is that the environment was something that...
like, I think the coaches...
Well, it was noted, unstable environment, which has got nothing to do with the actual coaching itself.
But if there's a time to do it, the time is now, because you don't want the World Cups are coming. So now you want to get your coaching team together, the players you want. You know, every coach has got his combinations, favourites. So now's the time to do it.
So Razor said he's not going to appoint anyone. You know, like they're going to
okay.
they're going to share the love around regarding it. But I was about to say, like, Felix is a defence coach, but so much of his knowledge will be used in attack and the way they think about it. And we also, like, we don't know what the personalities within that group is, you know.
I just hope Tony Brown doesn't go to New Zealand, and we keep him here.
Yeah, we haven't lost TB. We haven't lost TB yet. So
I'll tell you.
we'll keep him here.
I'll tell you a story. And I played with Tony Brown at the Sharks. Remember, he was fly off. And he actually beat us yet with the Highlanders with Stormers.
99.
Yeah, semi-finals. But anyway, I played with him. Great guy, and I can see his contribution he's bringing to South African rugby. The attacking, and he can actually kick a lot better than you, right? But
seeing that he played fly off.
Yeah, but I'll tell you a quick little story. We're in Manly Pacific in Sydney. We always stay at the Manly Pacific. So the Sunday after the game in New South Wales, which we lost, I think, or won. Anyway, we went for lunch.
Is this when he was playing with you?
Playing with the Sharks.
Oh,
So
Sharks,
we're in Manly. So we go for lunch. Okay, maybe we had 1 or 2 beers. So walking back to the hotel, I said to you, and those days, you had those curly blonde locks. Yeah. And I thought he was a surfer. So I said, hey, Tony, waves are pretty cool. Should we go for a surf? So we could grab our boards, paddle out, and I can't find him. I catch a wave back in. There he's bleeding, but I had to take him to the doctor for stitches.
All right.
I never knew you couldn't surf.
You saw the blonde hair.
Yeah, but I knew that the guy looks like a surfer, and he's pretty a laid-back guy.
Yeah.
But it was the Oostlag day. Doc Craig Robertson stitched him up. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
The Manly Wharf, John. You've got nice stories about the Manly Wharf.
It's a lovely place.
You must be the only guy in history to be
What
able
are
to
the
be
Aussies-
bounced
yeah.
out of the Manly Wharf.
Yeah, the Aussies even said it's almost impossible to get bounced from there. You did a good job to get
Nothing's
bounced.
impossible.
The Manly Wharf, right? I remember that. We used to go there every Sunday.
Yeah.
Nice spot
nice
there.
vibe.
Great-
How did you
great
get kicked
vibe.
out there?
No, it was a big misunderstanding.
What did you do?
I
Do you
don't
remember
know.
what you did?
No, I don't know.
But-
It wouldn't have been.
How was the anxiety the next day?
No, fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, so he first ran back to the hotel, then put on a different colour jumper, and then came and snuck out the back, and then the same bouncer said, mate,
I said, no,
mate,
it's my twin brother.
mate, you've just got a different T-shirt on. Off you go.
But they were a lot stricter in Australia because obviously the league and the NFL Aussie rules, you're only allowed like 10 guys in, otherwise
Yeah, from a team, yeah.
you're not allowed team environments in, so we had to be careful, 4 at a time. Hey, how's it guys?
Monty, your experience of playing the All Blacks, how's that? How many times have you played against them?
Jeez, I'm not too
Out
sure.
of the
but-
100 and plus tests?
No, luckily I've played in the early era with Gary Teichmann, and so we had that famous Dunedin win with Piriso, and I think Andrew Aitken was playing as well. So
I saw Andrew Aitken in Perth, actually.
is it? Oh,
I
okay,
didn't know
good,
that,
good. And so I got some real special moments playing against New Zealand. Obviously, our biggest rival, I'd say, in South Africa,
Yeah.
and there's such great history between us. But and obviously. Beating them in Wellington at that time, I think it was our 50th anniversary against them test match,
Oh, yeah.
which we beat them, and it was quite
Was that in Wellington?
in Wellington.
97
Oh,
one?
Wellington.
No,
Oh, okay, so that was 50.
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah. So and that's, I remember it's still a wet game, the conditions were
Yeah, like I
as
think
usual, in
all
New
of us,
Zealand.
all of us can remember Slappers' try with the Slappers, the move named after.
No, exactly, yeah.
Loop and the.
But
Yep.
but good memories,
through.
and obviously playing with some greats as well. You know, it's and you want to. I mean, any guy wants to play against the All Blacks, and
Yeah.
especially our Test matches coming up against New Zealand. I think it's going to be
you
intense.
played your 100th here at Newlands against the All Blacks, right?
yeah.
Not a memorable one.
It was a great day.
Yeah.
I think the occasion overtook the I think I missed 3 kicks. Or maybe 4, but it was a great day. I think the whole Saxon, it was a great vibe. The
Yeah.
whole school supported, and playing at Newlands, the other turf from Newlands was great. It was awesome. I actually went in there the other day and had a look at it.
To Newlands?
Yeah, Newlands, and it's incredible.
Sad, eh?
I still don't know what they're doing with the stadium.
Yeah.
Monty,
It's quite
Crazy
sad.
how quickly it's gone
talk
backwards.
about like missing kicks. Obviously, early on in the career, you
Yeah.
had that. Was it the All Black game at Loftus, where the crowd turned on you then? But
Yeah.
I think you were the 3rd kicker or something like that in that game.
Yeah, I think that was the Lions
The All Black
tour.
Lions, yeah.
Lions, that was the
97.
Lions tour, but there was also at Loftus when the Oaks booed me.
99.
But you must also remember, it was just the Oaks booing, not the chicks, eh? It's just, you know, yeah, actually, I had a chat with Nas the other day, Nas Buddha. I said, hey,
How many games did you guys play together?
You didn't answer the question.
you think of colour skulls now with the white boots or what? No. No.
What was the question?
So the booing of the All Black game in
You like
Victoria.
that, eh? Sorry?
The booing, it was 2000 or
Yeah,
was it just-
99.
99, so
Yeah, that was at Loftus, and
Like a curtain raiser.
yeah, and the thing is, yeah, it happens. You have an off day, it's kicking, and our South African supporters we want to win, and we don't want, they're hard, and we don't want to lose. So
Yeah.
it happens in any kicker. You see,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah, I
great.
just always wondered, I've
to
never
see,
kicked for
it's
Paul,
great to
so,
see guys like Sasha coming into the play, but he's got senior guys around him, and you're not going from your number 1 kicker. Like I'll give you an example: the Lions game, we had Honeyball as number 1 kicker, then it was Juba, then me, and Honeyball missed 2-3 kicks, then Juba missed 3, then they passed it on to me, and I missed 2, and then I got the
crowd's
but,
had enough
it's,
fun.
but it's good to see that Russie is actually putting guys in positions now, and they're not just shifting. They're giving it to more guys in a senior role, and guys, not just
Well,
Chucked on.
we've got the most experienced side we've had in history. So like when we do get youngsters in there, often they surrounded by players who's been around for a long time.
And the fact that, I mean, when he started playing, I mean, he made his debut 2 weeks prior to the first Test match.
Yeah, it was my first Test match.
Was the debut, and now suddenly
Now I'm playing against
you get asked to kick as well.
Jeremy
with the added
Gascott
responsibility.
and Scott Gibbs.
At 13.
They tried against Australia. Was that one of your great ones?
Yeah, when
Outside
you got
break.
through that line out and I ran that 70-meter try. Yeah, I was quick those days, yeah. But I could run round Frank Bunce, but I wouldn't be able to run through him, you know.
Now you just run.
And now I'm an inside centre.
But have you been impressed with the Springboks evolution since?
No, this has been unbelievable. I mean, that game, the first half, I think I was in Botswana at the Opipana Music Festival. It was amazing. With Simon Simmons
that again?
play. Opipana Music Festival.
Okay.
Simon Simmons play. Went
Sounds
up without
exciting,
tequila. It was lekker. And we watched the rugby there, the Test match, in the middle of nowhere,
Incredible.
on the pans. And all the South Africans came. It was amazing. And the first half of South Africa, we're talking about the way, the attacking ability and the way they could shift the ball. It was like the old Springbok rugby of the 80s. It was amazing. The tries they scored. I mean, just the way they were just shifting the ball, like the old Jaco Reinach days. You know, he comes spoed. You know that? I don't know if you guys remember. You're a bit young there, John. Yeah, I think you.
No, what's those videos a million times? My old man was playing in them.
those days,
No idea, is it?
Monty, when you were younger, you were the long range specialist kicker.
Yeah.
You gave it a proper clap. When did you change to the two-step and?
Yeah, when the Super Springbok was still a leather ball in those days. You played leather ball.
Referring to me.
Yeah, so I mean, you all know you could, if you do a nice torpedo kick with a leather ball, it can really fly, unless it's you're playing at Newlands and it's waterlogged. But obviously, technology has changed, and there's new ways of kicking the ball now. That the toe punt, and that's where Frans Steyn could, it all worked out perfectly because he could do the long kicks and I'd do the short kicks, and it's just keeping up with technology.
You remember
Don't say it. I know where you're going with this.
2005, we played France, last game of the year. But as we wake up that morning,
in the snow?
it's snowing. It's white outside. You were there?
Yeah.
05, man. You were there on tour.
We stayed at that chateau. Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, we were miles outside.
Chantilly.
Chantilly.
In Chantilly. So now it's heavy
9 o'clock
cold.
kickoff.
They send us photos, the kit guys showing them like sweeping the ground and getting the snow off. We play the game, and about 20 minutes into, he gets a kick, and how on TV they show the distance? 31-meter kick. He kicks it, two-step kick, short.
Online, underneath.
Listen, and Victor, I'll never forget that. Your ex worked me. Actually, my confidence was nearly. I almost just said I might as well just go home. Yeah, I'll never forget that. Yeah.
No, talk about France, the World Cup final last year. What team do you guys think has improved the most since the World Cup? Obviously, looking at this week, the greatest rivalry, World Cup finalists, us against the All Blacks last year. Which team is on the upward trajectory?
Like I would have gone I think England's not bad in the way they've.
No, I'm talking about between us and the All Blacks.
Us and the All Blacks.
I would say I was going to say I was going to.
We play New Zealand this week.
But you asked the World Cup, and then you asked
I said in France.
which.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about the World Cup finalists.
Shit question.
Sorry.
I would say we've.
No. I'll explain it a lot easier. I thought you guys could maybe apply logic.
There's no telepathy here. We obviously, I think, has evolved a little bit more. And if you think what made us good and strong in the last 2 World Cups, there was an evolution phase to it. But just on attack for us, where we've gone from 1 pass ruck to 3 passes per ruck.
Yeah.
So for the 100 rucks we put up in a game, there's a lot more passes, a lot more width. And that's come about with a different attacking coach with Tony Brown, and I think the biggest improvement over the last 2 games has been our breakdown. In the past we were very direct on the game line, that was our style, and the breakdown was easy to sort out because of it. But then The All Blacks obviously had that blip against Argentina, but then their response was immense in Auckland. And, I mean, it's Auckland. It's their 50th test they've won there in a row.
Yeah, they were never going to lose that one against Argentina.
I think we've had less disruptions. So if you look at the team that played in
Strongest
that final, but in the final versus what they have now and us, so they have Retallick, Whitelock, Aaron Smith, Moanga, obviously Kane kind of retired.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back now, but at the stunt.
Yeah.
Those are big losses, those.
In
the Grit's not here.
So let's say 5 players, so 30% of the squad that's out now, whereas for us, Dwayne retired. So that's the only big loss.
And we're blooding the
we've
youngsters
had.
as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying just comparing those two teams that played. So the disruptions has been far less. So you create consistency because now, this weekend, the All Blacks come to South Africa, and even the All Black media, and certainly those that's been in contact with me, saying...
What did they say to you?
How amazing...
Did they phone you? Who phoned you?
No, how amazing the All Blacks have been, South Africa's been, etc., and it'll be a big test for the All Blacks. And they kind of take the underdog tag.
Isn't that's the old New Zealand trick? They always tell you how good you are. But they always build you up. It's an old trick. It's an old Kiwi trick.
We've got one issue, and that's our locks. They're hanging by a thread there.
Yeah.
Like if you take the ones that's out already, we've mentioned them on the show plenty.
Yeah.
And
There's rumours that Eben's battling with the injury. Ergis Snyman's still not available. Salman Murat is out. Plus the other one on the long-term injury list. That can potentially, throw like a big wild card in for us. How do we go about that bench? The bench then is not going to be 6-2. Yeah. We can't go to. We go 3-5 in the reverse. But I think it opens up for a traditional 5-3, and you've got to pick your 3 loose forwards.
It does make it a little bit more even because I thought that the All Blacks were light in terms of their locks as well, especially when Scott Barrett also got injured, in terms of who they have their experience-wise. Whereas with Scott Barrett coming back in and whoever, probably Tupa that he partners with, and our guys.
Tupulutu's out. I think it's Tupuvai, isn't it?
Tupuvai, yeah.
Tupuvai comes in,
maybe we're not that dominant in that position. Yeah. Whereas if he was out and we have all our guys available, it would have been more dominance from a South African point of view.
Look, we've got Kitsoff, Hendrickse, Moody, Esterhazen, and Visabek.
Yeah.
Is this possibly one of the strongest squads we've ever seen? Like, selection is difficult there.
Depth, yes, but locks.
Locks,
so
locks is the
specific position.
If we, on top of that, if we bring that back, and then you've got Ergis Snyman, Eben Etzebeth, Franco Mostert, John Klein, Lode Jager. If you chuck those, all of them fit, then I think comfortably it's the strongest squad we can do. Because then that 6-2 split runs with us and you pick whoever you want to on the bench, Grant Williams plus your utility. When is Damian Willemse back, by the way?
Yeah, still got a while.
Okay.
Really?
A month or so, I think.
And also the Ellis Park factor as well. It's at Ellis Park, right?
Yeah.
That's just it's going to be a high-scoring game, I'm telling you now. And, All Blacks putting 50 points on Argentina, that's a big thing. But never underestimate the All Blacks. We've played them so many times. And like you say, they're going to come in as the underdogs. But
the last time we won at Ellis Park was I think you might have been skipper.
Yeah, 2014.
Pollard, Hurquhart had that break. Pollard scored that dummy. Yeah. That was 2014.
2014. Pollard scored 2 tries, and then Pat Lamy kicked the kick at the end.
Yeah.
And that was close, though. That was very... Mason gave away the penalty, am I right?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he gave me a little...
Was it you?
It could have been a penalty the other way.
Yeah, right at the end, the turnover. Oh, but he gave me a little high shot there. But and then Lambie kicked proper penalty, eh?
Proper.
But that was the first time that we beat the All Blacks under Heineke Meyer.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, and the series that we had in South Africa with Ireland, but the All Blacks, it remains our biggest rivalry.
Yeah, the greatest.
And to get a Springbok player up for All Black game is never difficult.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there'd be any sense of underestimating the All Blacks. It doesn't matter what the results have been, and these guys would be, they will be up for this game because it's always a special one when you take on the All Blacks.
Also, like it's weird thinking about it, but like the previous game in Nelspruit, imprinted
Mbombela, yeah.
Mbombela and all our memories, how dominant we were in that first test. That was the first time a lot of those All Black players came to South Africa and played a test match here. So they would have learned from it. Yes, there will be some debutants in here, but it's just weird to think that, a lot of All Black side comes down here. Most of our public wouldn't have seen a lot of their players play before. And Razor, I mean, he's fearless. Like, he's going to pick a team. He put Taleo on the bench.
I think he believes in his squad. I mean, he's that kind of coach. He believes in you, and you'll get it through the system.
How do we beat them? How do we overcome New Zealand?
Well, I think, again, going back to how they beat Argentina, they had total dominance, and I mentioned it last time, they played Argentina the way we played them. Dominance at set phase, kick early in your set, and I think they won't get that kind of dominance against us at scrum time and line-out time. So if we can get the upper hand there, and then we bring the variety that we've shown in our game, during this year, so it keeps them questioning us rather than giving them big targets with our one-off runners as we used to do. Suddenly you're asking more questions. So we're definitely dangerous.
Most important, keeping possession, especially against All Blacks. You have to keep possession. Obviously, kick when you kick, and you've got the right chase. But keeping possession is, I think, the key thing.
Ironically, the way they defend, like, obviously promotes us to
Quite
run
soft,
from a little bit deeper. They're a little bit softer. So we often find a lot of space against them when we do keep the ball, but it's also not overplaying your hand. And it will be interesting to see what Razor and them does. You go back to that Rugby World Cup final. We came from the semi where England didn't play any rugby. There was no targets for us to hit, and that's what gets us South Africans going, similar to Argentina in the first test match in Wellington. If they play a kick early game, the long game, like our back three would run it back first and foremost. But if they don't create those targets where Peter Steff makes 28 tackles and 9 of them are showstoppers, and it seems like all big 9 was on Geordie Barrett, like, where does our energy come from? And like with our latest philosophy, I think our energy will come through the way we attack. Against them.
And that'll be interesting for me because I think in the past we've always felt that we couldn't take on New Zealand in an expansive game because we just didn't have the skill set to be able to do that. And the players possibly, because they were just so much better, so much more comfortable in doing that. Whereas now I think the tables have turned a little bit where we are very comfortable in doing that. At Ellis Park, the chance of it opening up is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see if we do take them on in terms of that, and if we get the upper hand. If it is an expansive game, lots of ball and play, multiple phases, running from deep, off deep kicks, etc., etc.
I suppose the difference. Remember Mount Smart, and we watched that game. A lot of the times, if our forwards could pass around the back or whatever, that's you talking about. That there's space out wide. We just never. We never seemed to. We never exploited it. You got the feeling that we could actually run at them, but we're just not getting the ball. We'd rather take the direct route, the physical route. Whereas now we're actually more comfortable playing behind the back.
We saw it against Australia in the first half, how they created those tries. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Look, where you can never underestimate them is how physical the All Blacks are.
Yeah.
They are bloody hard, and they know when they play against the Boks set piece, they always find a way to compete, break down. They always seem to get a couple of turnovers more than other.
That grey area as well.
Yeah, and then you've got to try and boss that gain line for us as the Boks. Doesn't matter how we do it, whether it's through passing out the back, finding space out wider, but like gain line's key for us. And so similar with their attack, if you get them to carry and sort of tighten up, then they look quite flat, the All Blacks. But when they play and the offloading game comes and you kick a contestable, you don't form a ruck first off. They've got the ability to offload, and you get some of their ball players in space. Like Mount Smart was a perfect example of that, where the Boks was chasing shadows for the first 30 minutes.
Well, Frizzell had the game of his. I mean, that
he was incredible in that game.
But tell me, okay, let's look at the All Blacks. Which players are key for them?
I think asset test for Damien McKenzie. To see can he boss that game at 10 on the high felt against the Springboks, guys that'll test you physically as well, running in his channel at times. So I think that's going to be critical for them. And then I think Scott Barrett coming back in is big for them. And probably almost the 3 Barrett brothers. Because Geordie's big for them. Bowden's got his mojo back as well, I think.
Yeah, he looks good.
So I think between all of them, and then the loose trio combination versus our combination is a
Will they go
Papali'i,
Ethan Blackadder, Papali'i,
and Savia.
Sam Kane, where you put him on to sort of close up at the end with the experience at the end.
But then again, I don't think you get impact from that.
Yeah.
You almost
Sam
rather want
Kane's
to
bloody
start.
good defensively. You talk about a physical game.
Yeah.
He's not the biggest, but he
Yeah.
can put in hits and he tackles all day.
Yeah, like an Ethan Blackadder and Papali'i, they've got two workhorses, which frees up Xavier at 8.
Yeah.
You know, which is a nice setup to have. And like I think you play a test against All Blacks, one of those two flankers that's workhorse is going to run out of steam. So then you've got to get fresh legs in Sam Kane on there.
Get them some water.
You know, and
I like the balance of the loose forwards now. Yeah, I know like
What,
Blackadder.
you like Blackadder at
and
blindside, yeah.
Papali'i.
Papali'i, yeah.
Yeah, like I know like Blackadder was injured last year. I know he made the squad late, but yeah, decent player, workhorse of note. I like that.
And then for us, 8 and 10. Who's at 8? Who's at 10?
I ask the questions, yeah.
I'm thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud.
I think.
Who's that 8?
I think if you.
I think Ulrich Lohr. I think
I'll
probably
go
keeps
with
the
you. I
8.
think if Jasper was a few games in after
Yeah.
suspension,
Yeah.
I think Jasper still would have had the nod. But like I think Ulrich Lohr will start at 8.
10, Monty?
I wouldn't say, I don't know about 8, but I know Reinach and Polly will probably start Pollard at 10.
Okay.
I
I
presume.
reckon not Sasha, eh?
I think I've got Sasha down. And Reinach, you're right on
You
Reinach.
can always bring Polly on, you know, if he's on the bench and you try him out. I think
He's
it's
still
a good
got. I
option.
mean, like, doesn't
I mean,
matter
the
how
way-
you
the
play.
way
He's
he's
still got to go
playing,
win one of these test matches, probably through the boot.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the thing I was thinking. Who's
definitely.
the better kicker for goals?
I think they're on par. I mean, they can do the job. I'm definitely.
And also, like, I can remember when CJ was on the show and he said, Ireland's definitely winning in Durban, so we need to win at Loftus. You almost get the same sense in a way with I do, with these two games. The Ellis Park one's important for us because I think when they come to Cape Town with...
It's even more difficult.
well, historically, they have such a big support base
Yeah.
that sometimes it turns against
I mean,
them.
also, like, I mean,
does it matter,
the
though?
winter we've had, boys, this is like playing in New Zealand. Like,
No, that's
you
what
can
I'm
look
worried
what
about. The
it's
Cape
like.
Town
It's
game, we're going to wake up and it looks
terrible.
like this.
Yeah,
The last time we beat the All Blacks in Cape Town was 2005.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually played in that one. Yeah.
That was 19-0, remember, yeah.
No.
No,
That was
that's the one we lost.
2008, the one
Yeah.
we lost.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
I
we
also
lost
played in that one.
We lost that one. We lost 2016 at 2017, Newlands, 1817 or 1918 was
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Elizabeth's first.
So you're right. It's quite an
game.
important game to.
So we
to
haven't-
our home. We got to win it at home. I mean, the first game's so important. You're right.
What about, like, if, say, we get the first one over the line, the bounce back of the All Blacks? We saw what they did.
Well,
Will Rassie change the whole team again?
Yes, remember like the turnaround in a week from Humbombela to
Ellis Park.
Ellis
But-
Park. Look, to be honest, like for Fozzie, like half his coaching staff
there's
got
a lot
axed in.
going on.
There was a lot going on. So I mean,
Also, I think Rusty would have learned. I mean, back in the day when we went on those 8-week tours and we had our first 15, we knew we were going to play, and then you had your B team, who they were putting pressure on your main starting 15.
Yeah.
And that happened. So Rusty was part of all that. So that can also backfire if you got all these youngsters coming through and putting pressure. But I think you would know mentally and try and.
I think
It can
by
cause a
all
rift.
accounts, Rassi, the team sort of knows where they fit
Where
in
they
the
stand,
puzzle.
I think so.
Everything's
Unless
done nice
there's
and early announced,
like
nice
we
and
now,
early.
like unless we've got like an injury crisis at
That's
lock.
where they are. That, yeah.
Yeah, there's a story going around that Gerard Steenekamp might start and Ox off the bench. But I can see the thinking behind it, that if it is a tight game, then you want the scrum penalties. Probably Ox, the most destructive scrummer, you want him coming on off the bench and generating penalties for you. I understand the thinking. The front row thing for me is not a.
He's
because
impressed.
you changed them, yeah.
He had, I mean, and I'd love to hear your opinion, but he's impressed me, Gerard Steenekamp.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Look, he's not a flash ball carrier. He'll do his work, carry.
Work rate,
but
good
scrumming
coverage,
wise, he's bloody good. Tackles well. He's good. He stepped up properly and he was good URC.
Yeah.
He's just one of those players that gets on. You don't see a lot of them, which is good for a prop.
If he starts, does Malcolm Mark start?
I think Mark starts.
I think Mark's off the bench. Yeah. Open it. If you think about it, if chasing, you need penalties at the end. You've got scrum penalties through Ox. You got Malcolm on the ground. He keeps guys honest. The opposition's a little bit more tired.
I don't know. And then
7-1
we obviously had,
split.
at
So you reckon no chance of a 7-1?
Whatever we say here
is wrong.
won't happen.
no, it won't happen.
You reckon 7-1 split? No chance.
No chance.
No chance. Not
6-2, maybe.
Maybe. But
maybe.
5-3,
But then we've got to pick 3 loose forwards on the bench. Because like
Peter Steph starting at lock?
yeah, with Ruan Urkia.
Because of Eben, obviously, because of
If
the...
Eben's not right.
Yeah.
Like who else is there?
Yeah.
Then you go, Ulrich will cover lock with Ben Jason Dixon, with Kwacha will be on the bench, and then if you go 6-2, you've got to pick another loose forward.
Jasper
Then probably Jasper.
But at the end of the day,
Who's
kicking
fullback,
wins-
Monty?
Kicking wins you games.
Test matches.
Guys, quickly, just the other game, Australia, Argentina. What happens there in Argentina? Can Australia turn the corner?
No, I'll go Argentina for that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to go Argentina as well, but you never know what Argentine side pitches up. You know, like from first test to
Emotionally,
second
yeah.
test, emotionally. You know, you saw that like France toured them with the second string side, and the first test match was it in Salta or Mendana?
Yeah,
Where the
the one and then the second one, the last.
yeah, they
Like a French C team, though.
Yeah, and they absolutely dominated that first test match, and then in Buenos Aires they got turned over. Yes, that French team also had some other stuff going on in the squad, but like it's a very inconsistent Argentinian side.
Monty, sorry, going back to the men in black days, obviously, it's
sorry.
Bob.
Yeah, we're all blobbish now.
Bob was the pin-up boy, but you did a naked ad.
Cheap.
The full Monty.
Wow.
Did you?
Full Monty.
Now I understand that one. I now
Why are
understand
you
the
tapping your
booze
foot?
that
You
Like
did
an
it.
axe.
You did.
Alex, you're bringing up the past now.
The whole country's seen it.
That's
Okay.
exactly
We would like
why
to- we would-
What
no
was it
chicks
like
was
stripping
booing
in
him.
front of the whole country? I actually don't remember this ad, to be
It
honest.
was amazing, man. No, it was actually a DSTV ad a long time ago. But they put a little star there, you know. Big star. It was actually very funny. That was very
That's why you got booed at Loftus Park.
That's why they booed you.
Yeah, just the Oaks, yeah. But, yeah, that was, I mean, it was fun at the time. Same as
Yeah.
with Fuff, and he's
Speedo.
now. Let's go.
Did they pay you a lot?
Millions. No, I'm joking.
Like I remember, like back in the day when Jake was our coach, like you could only play in black boots.
Except for Monty.
Yeah.
No,
No,
also
no.
black boots in the beginning.
Also
And then
the-
we played a test match in Durban, and Victor changed brands to a different brand, and he warmed up, and this boot basically disintegrated off his. And he's a size 15 foot like me, so.
Yeah.
I had my black ones there, and I always took a spare pair of boots, but this was like white and blue training boots.
Training boots.
So now Victor was going like, listen here, pal, can you bail me out? So I said, listen, here goes my black ones to Victor. And then I had to basically hide my boots and then put my white boots on and run out. And as I was walking out with my white boots, Jake White was like following me. Anyway, I got a little sneaky man of the match there. Next week, Jake opened up the boots, and Monty must have had this in the cupboard. He came out with the gold and green boots, and that's what you played in forever, like the gold and green ones.
Yeah.
Monty, you're the first one to wear white boots, though.
It was actually colour
Colour
skulls.
skulls.
Colour
Oh,
skulls.
okay.
And he had a shock of a game, and he never
Yeah.
wore them again. Yeah. So yeah, I'll
Western
never-
Province.
For Western Province, I'll never forget that. And then play the silver boots. But now it's
Silver hair.
Silver hair.
platinum blonde. Get it right, John.
What did you do to Robbie K, the one Stormers camp, when he was napping in George?
When he broke the bus door down. No, that's another.
Okay, tell us
What
that
goes
story.
on to a certain.
No, tell us. What happened in George when you caught Robbie K napping?
Nopping.
Napping. What's going on with me
I-
today?
I can't-
You were better last week, jet lag, than you are this week.
I can't remember that.
When did Kimpo break the bus door down? We haven't heard that story.
No, man. I can't. So no, I can't.
No, just tell it.
We're the
tell
boys.
It's 30 years
Is
ago.
this all Men in Black stories?
Yeah, we used to go on pre-season training down to George, you know, and the old carousel club, you know, we trained very hard. Obviously,
Yeah.
at the Berlin Agriculture School, there was no press, so it was all in confidence, and that's how we did all our training. And then, all the work was done, and we were allowed one night out. So the boys would go out to the carousel, and Yeah, and that was about it. Yeah, and we went home and everything was all right.
That's a boring story. Okay.
By the time I got to George, they dropped the EL. It became the Carouse.
No, but then and Heineke Meyer was actually our coach for the Stormers, forward coach, and Alan Solomons was.
Yes.
And then then Heineke went up to Northern Transvaal, and then they took over the George, and most of them all live in the George area.
Pre-season,
They all live there now, you know. So, which was a great time for all of us, you know. It was good.
The good old SVD.
How's the rugby museum? You probably got one of the best rugby museums in the country.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys. As soon as the tequila bar is up and running, I'll get you guys over there, and we can have a nice tequila and.
The last time I bumped into Monty I played golf at Metropolitan, and then I went for a sneaky little lunch at Mano's, and I walked in, and Monty was busy promoting his tequila at Mano's. And I basically got home 6 o'clock in the passenger's seat in a coma, half a coma. Walked straight into double tequilas, 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
You guys just please drink responsibly.
And then the Drakensberg accident, what happened there?
Yeah, that was actually quite a hectic. We went up for my mate's 60th birthday.
Yeah.
And we obviously went for dinner. It was on the gravel road, Drakensberg, going back to the farm.
Yeah.
And about a kilometre from the farm, hit the bridge in a river, and I actually almost drowned. I was the last one out the car, and I just told my mate, "Hey, just tell my daughter I love her." I said, "No jokes," and it's bubbles, and then I couldn't find a seatbelt because I was trapped, and suddenly the man above said, "Hey, it's not your time yet," and I can thank God.
Couldn't get it loose.
Couldn't get it loose, yeah. So, and the water was, I could smell petrol, the water was filling up. So it was there's a few close calls. The man above helped me out, and I can just thank the Lord for that.
Gee whiz, Monty.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. But anyway, let's
let's lighten the mood a bit.
Let's talk about the All Blacks.
Tell me, so this weekend, John, where do you think it's going to be won? Do you think it's going to be high scoring?
I think so, yes.
Really?
Yeah. I think
But can we take the Kiwis on in a high scoring game? Because we're basically saying it's a super rugby game almost. Is that
Okay, but high scoring, define high scoring, to 20,
a lot of points?
between 20 and 30 points
Yeah,
each.
30,
team.
40, 30.
So I'm not saying 40 points each, but I mean, even against Ireland, those games went...
They went deep, yeah.
They went
Yeah.
deep.
Also the way we're
And
playing as well.
Not necessarily just by scoring tries, but even the penalty count, because of the pressure, that builds up. So you're 3, 6, 9, 12, then you score a try, 19 points. So you easily get to that. I think it's going to be an entertaining game. Maybe that's a better word to use.
I think the mindset of both sides is to score 35 points.
Yeah.
Like whether you get there or not, like that's going to be your outlook. So listen, to win this game, I think we've got to score 35 points. And, we're going to start the game like a house on fire. These two teams always do. And if you're accurate and you're playing well, you put teams under pressure. Same with them, the way they start. They wouldn't have played at altitude in a while. But sometimes when the ruck is that quick and the ball is, the ball is the best thing to handle up there.
Yeah.
That quickness of ruck then creates more opportunities for them as well.
Well, think back the last time they played there, 2 years ago. After that Mbombela game, I can remember Lucanio made an absolute blinder of the game. But the All Blacks won. They started the game like a house on fire.
Yeah.
We missed a couple of opportunities, and over time they've become so comfortable in playing in those conditions. But then again, for a lot of these players, they have not played there a lot.
Yeah, who got injured that game? Because Lucanio was on the wing.
Yes.
We lost someone early, eh?
Yes.
It wasn't a centre.
Faf got concussion, remember, early in the first 2 minutes.
Was it Damien? No.
Somebody that was in the
you're
first
right,
test. That's the second
He moved
test.
to wing.
So Lucanio had the blinder on the wing, on right wing.
Yeah.
Maybe we lost the winger.
My pimps.
Yeah, well, let's hope everyone stays on the field and it's a decent game. You don't want yellow cards and all that.
Because think about the players you'll have on the pitch. Okay, if you just think of all the wings that we can select, a Cheslin, a Kirtley, a Mapimpi, probably be the two between the three of those. But then a Talia, a Will Jordan, Caleb Clark, a Bowden Barrett, a Billy LaRue.
This is going to be awesome. It's going to be great to watch.
You have great.
Do they play Caleb Clark in the backfield against us?
Look, he's got good aerial skills for a big guy. He gets up in the air, he chases. Played against Argentina. I don't know.
I'll go to Leah and Will Jordan.
Talia at wing,
Yeah.
both wings, yeah.
Yeah. On the wing.
Jordan can't stop scoring.
How many is he
So we'll go
scored now? Is he
Cheslin
scored
and
like
Kirtley.
33 or so?
33 and 33.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's some going.
Yeah.
Some player.
Except then obviously they could go Bowden at 10. I can't see them doing that though.
No.
Then you go Will Jordan
no
at
one's
It's too
15.
late in the game.
Yeah.
It's too late in the game. Monty, your favorite back three you played with?
Favorite back three. Well, I played with the Barbers with Jonah Loma. That was something special.
Wow.
Pass him the ball and I just follow him. And actually, there's another guy we played with Perpignan, our number 8, Henry Terlugi.
Yeah.
Tuilagi.
Tuilagi, concussed Donny, and
No,
so I used to
but
from the
still
kickoff,
the most
I
scariest
pass to
thing
him
I've seen.
and I just tail him, and he just swaps.
Go, boy.
Yeah, he just passes to me and we just let it go. again.
You forget how good
But-
Jomo was in
Yeah.
his prime. I
But
remember
you guys
us
won
at
the league at
95 watching him at this World Cup. It was crazy.
Yeah. So, but the back three, I mean, we're playing. I mean, when we.
John said I must
when
ask you
was
this question.
playing, when we played against Cullen, I mean, Cullen, Videri, Jonah on the wings. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. If you look back at those days, the old New Zealand team, playing against Josh Kronfeld. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jeff Wilson. I must be getting older. Don't worry, we'll talk again in 5
But
years.
also
time.
over the years, I mean, you played James Small, Peter Rousseau, Brayton,
Yeah.
Justin Swart.
No, listen, I've been
you know, the
really
early
blessed playing with
stages.
those 96 days with Western Province. I
Yeah.
mean, it was great times. With even Christian Stewart was there. There was
Simon Berridge.
Simon Berridge, Grazer, some great guys, Robbie Brink, and
Dickie Meir.
and there was the whole
Pace.
there was that provincialism, the old day provincialism thing, and that was it's good, and it's great. I mean, we used to go scholar tickets to Newlands.
And also back then, like at the start of, like for us, like the greatest comp, Super 12.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the Stormers, like finishing top, and then obviously
It was actually we played against the Highlanders, and
the
Tony Brown was
the
fly off.
Highlanders got you.
Yeah.
That was the striking game. That's all I remember. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys had a strike in the change.
Andy Marinos was the face of it, and I just couldn't
Yeah, I
believe
just
the
remember
size
that,
of
yeah.
Isitola Maka.
Yeah.
Remember how
He
big
played
was?
99 as well in that
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
where he
yeah,
got
Ruben
booked.
Party was there.
Yeah. Peter
Peter
Latini,
Tini, yeah.
I'm just glad I had you in the centre.
Alama Eremia.
You actually
Who was leading the strike? Andy.
and
The
Marinos.
change.
It was a group decision. Yeah, but Andy and actually Slap Chips as well. Funny enough.
Slap
Yeah,
Chips.
yeah.
It was all around
And
match
he's-
fees, am I right?
Yeah, it was about match fees. Yeah.
What did you guys want? How much did you want?
Actually, I can't remember that.
More.
Yeah.
More, never
Yeah.
enough.
Monty gave me my first test try. And it was one of the scariest games for me. We played the Pacific Islanders.
Heap is
My
in,
second test match
in Terrigal.
was it Terry
Gisborne.
Gosford.
Yeah, Gosford.
I remember that. Yeah.
And my opposite number was Sorelli Bombo.
Oh, jeez.
He's probably one of the quickest guys in rugby at that stage. And he gave a nice little chip kick.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he's called.
There we go.
good
Do you
try.
remember your 50th? What I
do.
delivered to your room?
Yes. No. What you delivered to my room.
Packet of sweets. You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I said good luck. I
very
said good luck. Yeah.
Because you were coaching at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Monty, when you left overseas, do you think you'd come back for 100 games? You went to Swansea, yeah? No, Queen Dragons.
Queen Dragons, yeah. No. There was a lot of South Africans playing there. I mean, I took Joost van der Westhuizen, and he was supposed to go, and he decided.
Tash was there, yeah.
Tash was there, Garvey was
Garvey.
there, Annie Marinos, and then I took actually Joost's spot because I didn't get a contract here with Strali. So went over to Newport, but then Bob came and played for us as well, Bob Skinstead. And I said to Bob, geez, Skinner, I've got more to give you. And I was having some decent games that side, changed the kicking, run up to a two-step. And listen, there wasn't much to do.
It's a mining town.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
a beautiful day.
Yeah, and,
up
and
there at
everyone was ripping me off. And what was the story with your two-step and why were you going like this? I said, because I was counting my pounds. So it was good. And then obviously Jake came into 2004 and came over and said, once I want you part of the UN Ors part of the World Cup team in 2007, and I said, well, show me the squad. And I promise you, the squad didn't really change from that 2007. So the vision Jake and the management team had for all of us, was amazing.
Yeah.
Predictions, guys, before we get into the box office rewind. Australia, Argentina.
I'll go Argentina and South Africa to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just skipped. No, I said Australia, Argentina. You just gave me both. You generally ask everybody and then you ask for the next one, but it's fine.
Argentina.
Okay, Argentina to win. Okay, and that's. I'm jumping the gun.
He's got the late.
What do you say?
Argentina to win.
Argentina.
I'm going Argentina, but I think closer than you think. I think it's going to be a tight game.
Yeah.
And then obviously
South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the box as well. But
Point spread?
It's going to be nail biting.
Yeah.
Spread. Give us a spread, yeah.
I think
Less than
about
7.
7. 37.
So your kick is important.
37, 30, big time.
I'm going to go less than 7. Yeah.
We obviously haven't seen the teams,
Yeah, that's
which does make
a difference, yeah. I think you got to start Polly. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Get the first New Zealand.
Centres?
No,
John and Mossy.
Dalende Kriel.
David.
Yeah.
Box office rewind, we've got a clip facing the Haka.
Put it there.
That's 2 years ago.
Japan.
No. At Ellis Park.
That's that one, huh?
I know that can't be 2 years ago.
Isn't this the exact goosebumps that I've got?
Yeah, George Bridge.
Yeah, George Bridge.
So it's probably 2018.
You sure this is not the World Cup game in Japan, the opening game?
There's too much South African singing there.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What the?
Yeah, Flo's still there.
Oh, that's the World Cup.
It's World Cup.
Africa, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Opening game.
Well, it's good to face it, eh?
There's been goosebumps. So yeah, I was ready there, man. But some of those guys had quite a few tattoos there, eh? I mean,
The best one I ever faced was 2005 in Dunedin.
The first time they did the couple
The new Haka
one
against
way
us.
down the-
Yeah, and
yeah, I
Tana
remember
Umaga led that when he was
Yeah.
captain at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's the emotion that went into that.
Yeah.
With Tana leading it, it was next level.
Because remember, we spoke to them afterwards and they said, because it was a big secret, no one knew it was coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the pressure was on them. You can't do this new Haka or Kapo Panga and lose the game. So they needed to win that game, and it went right down.
Milambo
Yeah,
scored,
Kevin
Milambo
Milambo
scored
scored
with
in
4
the
minutes to go. Yeah.
77th minute or something. Kevin.
wasn't that where?
Like for me, like the thing is like it's. I mean, like I was relaxed before, but then you watch the Haka, and like it's just the perfect tonic for everyone. For all the South Africans, you look at it and you understand the challenge. They're laying down the challenge, and for us as South Africans, not to disappoint them, and by not disappointing them, I mean like we've got to provide the challenge that they're expecting from us.
Challenge, yeah.
And then on a funnier note, like I just used to watch Andrew Hall right at the back. He was out of sync. He was getting worse as well. Like by the time he played his 60th test match, I think he just gave up on doing the Haka. And every time I saw him for a beer afterwards, because he was the first guy to have a beer post-game, not me. Yeah. I go to him, I said, mate, you are getting terrible. And he said, like, I know, I'm trying to hide back. They're getting better and I'm getting worse.
But also that same year in 2005, we played here at Newlands, and Byron Keller was still part of the squad.
That's right.
And they still had the half moon kind of lineup. And I don't know why, but my eye caught him. And as they still did the Kamate one. Yeah. And as they went down like that, his foot slipped. He kind of stumbled a little bit. Okay, but now you see, and this is like those situations where you're not allowed to laugh. Anything you do, just don't laugh. And now you see this, and I'm like inside, you know, you just want to laugh, but you have to respect the Haka, and it actually makes you relax a little bit, because for them, I think the emotion that goes into it.
Yeah.
It's quite it must be quite draining.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I love everything about it.
Great. It's one of the greatest.
I know at one stage they wanted us to have a Haka as the Springboks, and I was just going, that is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Like we can't do that.
Monty doing the Haka.
No chance. But I mean, I remember my first. I remember
Like a dolphin.
I've got a few dance floor moves, but
Can you show us your best? Can you show us your best move?
Now I remember my first Haka. You know, I'm facing my first Haka. I mean, we're all nervous, you know, and it goes so quickly. But and then when you get more senior in the team, you become more relaxed, and you know what you have to do and to get the job done. But when the Oaks start singing "Ole Ole," and you come the Bokke and all that, it's
I know nothing
amazing.
gets you more up for a game than
big
facing
time.
the Haka. I mean, there's some other scary Hakas as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monty, you up in Joburg this weekend?
No, not this weekend. No, I will be watching
Town.
it in Cape Town. Yeah, and
Scala?
then next week.
I've got the weekend off, boys, but I'll join you guys next week.
JDV, we in Joburg, eh?
Joburg.
What you doing on Friday night?
No, I'm only flying up on Saturday. Yes. I'm avoiding you.
Friday afternoon.
Yes, what are you doing?
Just
What are you doing Friday
I've
night?
got a long lunch.
Are you staying at Hyde Park?
Yeah.
Where are you going to? 1920 Portuguese place.
No, I'm not sure yet, but there's a crew ready, but I'm not sure yet.
I was there
Somewhere close to that
I was
top.
there last week.
Where's that?
It was just a good lunch.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you're not doing anything, I'm Friday nights Silver Scarum festival there at the Bay Hotel. It's a musical. It's the film festival.
Monty-
Yes. That's next.
Yeah,
This weekend.
This weekend, yeah. Silver Scarum.
How much you
Go
there,
watch a
Monty?
little Afrikaans movie, eh?
Yeah.
Work on my Afrikaans a bit.
A blow flick.
Tox and Chops is nominated.
Nice one.
What's this for?
For one of John's harvests.
Is it?
No.
Another one.
I just know it.
Okay. Monty, thank you very much. Eh?
No,
It's been a pleasure
It's
having you in
always
the
great
box
to see
office.
Great seeing you guys again. And
Contact.
yeah, let's hope the box all the way.
Thanks for sharing.
Right.
Yeah.
Percival
Thanks for coming
Colin
on.
Montgomery.
That's it. Thank you very much, JDV. See you next week.
I'll see you
We'll
on
review the
Saturday.
game. It's a big one next week, the Cape Town test.
Yeah.
Do you have any tickets? No one's got tickets.
I've got. I'm more worried about how to get to the test in one piece, because like the
Next week
social
is gonna be
calendar is
festive.
The
kicked off.
build-up week, yeah. For these 2 weeks. I mean, this week's also hectic.
I'm actually going up for the Nelspruit game. I'm a bit nervous about that.
I'm there,
one.
Monty.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
see you there.
I'm there also.
Sammy's there
I think there's a big SA Legends. There's a
On the
for
Thursday
for the
night.
rugby club. There's a massive 100 years of the.
Oh, yeah, with
yeah, it'll be quite a.
Mark.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, thank you very much. That's it for the box office before the greatest rivalry at Ellis Park this weekend. Next week, we've got Andrew Mertens on the box office, which is now closed.
Jeez.